Philippine Normal University, Taft Avenue, Manila, in partial fulfillment for the course requirement in biological techniques. This module is hereby presented to Professor Garcia, presented by Rolando, Barcelon, Master of Arts in Science Education, major in General Science, this second semester 2008. This module is entitled Insect Preservation, Butterfly in Focus. What will you learn from this module? After studying this module, you should be able to identify insect, trace the methods of collecting and preserving insects, preserve an insect as the butterfly, and appreciate the role of insect to plants and mankind. And now, let's see what you already know. Find out what you already know about the topic to be discussed in this module. Take the following test. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Number 1. What do you call a small, air-breathing animal characterized by a segmented body with 3 main parts: head, thorax, and abdomen? A. Insect. B. Arachnid. C. Mammal. And D. Fish. Number 2. Class insect that typically have blank pairs of legs and blank pairs of antennae. A. 4, 2. B. 2, 3. C. 3, 2. D. 3, 1. Number 3. How do we usually collect a butterfly? We usually blank. A. Use paper with glue on top. B. Sweep on the air following a flying butterfly. C. Use insect net. And D. Just wait for the butterfly to come near and snatch immediately. Number 4. Butterfly belongs to order blank. A. Diplora. B. Isoptera. C. Coleoptera. And D. Lepidoptera. Number 5. What material that is best used in manipulating butterfly? A. Tweezers. B. Forceps. C. Pins. And D. Hand with gloves. Number 6. There is an act prohibiting cruelty when killing an animal. Which of the following materials used in killing a butterfly? A. Relaxing jar. B. Basin with water. C. Killing jar. And D. A and B. Number 7. What major chemical that is typically used in the killing jar? A. Ethyl acetate. B. Nail polish. C. Formalin. And D. Water. Number 8. After killing the butterfly, what is the next possible step? A. Killing again. B. Soaking alcohol inside jar. C. Relaxing inside jar. And D. Displaying on the wooden frame. Number 9. What major process played by the butterfly in the sexual reproduction of plants? A. Fission. B. Fusion. C. Pollination. And D. Fertilization. Number 10. How can you help to maintain the generation of butterflies? A. Killing them only by chance. Letter B. Allowing them to live on the garden and the like to allow pollination. C. Pinching on the thorax to be used in a play. And D. Shoot them with the use of a play gun. Well, how was it? Do you think you fared well? Compare your answers with the next slide. Hey, if all your answers are correct, very good. This shows that you already know much about the topic in this module. But you may still study the module to review what you already know. Who knows? You might learn some more new things. If you get a low score, don't feel bad. This module is for you, and it will help you to understand important concepts that you can apply in your daily life. If you study this module carefully, you would learn the answers to all the items in the test and a lot more. Are you ready? If so, you may now move on. Hey, try this. If you could see this object, what possible animal can you relate with? If your answer is a rat or a cat, you are not really familiar with that object because it's for insects. It is called an insect net. I-N-S-E-C-T. Insect. Insect such as the butterfly is a small, air-breathing animal characterized by a segmented body with three main parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. In their adult forms, insects typically have 3 pairs of legs, 1 pair of antennae, and in most instances, 2 pairs of wings. For sheer variety and abundance, insects rank among the most successful animals on Earth. About 1 million species of insects have been identified so far, which is about half of all the animals known to science. Insects live in almost every habitat on land. For example, distant relatives of crickets, called rock crawlers, survive in the peaks of the Himalayas by producing a kind of antifreeze that prevents their body fluids from freezing solid. At the other extreme are worker ants that forage for food in the Sahara Desert at temperatures above 50 degrees Celsius or 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Insects consume an enormous variety of food. In the wild, Many eat leaves, wood, nectar, or other small animals. But indoors, some survive on a diet of wool clothes, glue, and even soap. As a group, insects have only one important limitation. Although many species live in fresh water, particularly when they are young, only a few can survive in the salty water of the oceans. Hey dude, how do we collect insects? Or how do we collect insects properly? Which species and how many specimens to collect depends on the purpose for which the material is intended. For hobbyists and students, small samples are usually adequate. However, when important pest insects and mites need to be identified, they should be collected in series, if at all feasible. A sample of 20 specimens should be considered the minimum, and even larger numbers may be desirable. If adults and immatures are present, specimens should be collected of all life stages. Excess specimens can be discarded or exchanged, but it is not always possible to collect additional specimens when needed. Frequently, insects and mites cannot be identified accurately from immature stages, and it is then necessary to rear them to the adult stage to obtain a precise identification. Hey, let's focus now on butterfly. So much for the insects in general. Butterflies belong to order Lepidoptera. They use their distinctive mouth parts to feed on the nectar of flowers and eventually helping in the pollination process. And so, if you found a butterfly in the garden, will you kill them with your powerful hand? Oh, think twice before you do it, because less butterflies, less fruits in a natural setting. But don't bother much, there are still many. In fact, we will be using one to show you on how to collect and preserve them. Are you ready? Here we go. To collect a butterfly, you may use this insect net. Or a bait made as an artificial flower with sugar solution as artificial nectar. Try to watch this.
Nandito po ako sa Butterfly Garden, World of Butterfly, Marikina City, March 2, 2009. Yan po yung artificial flower para po sa butterfly. Ayan po yun. Yan po, may lumilipad-lipad na butterfly. Ito po, yung dalawa, kumakain po siya ng artificial flavored food sa kanila. Ito po yung butterfly garden.
See, it's easy now to pick butterfly on bait. Just wait for the proboscis to sip the artificially prepared nectar, and then pick it on forewings not to damage their scales. Would you like now to preserve the butterfly? Here we go. You have to prepare the following materials. Number 1, insect net. Number 2, forceps. Number 3, ethyl acetate. Number 4, cotton buds. Number 5, killing jar. Number 6, cutter. Number 7, any alcohol solution. Number 8, water. Number 9, relaxing jar. Number 10, pinning board. Number 11, insect pins and labels. Number 12, tracing paper. Number 13, storage box. And number 14, wooden or any frame that will fit to the butterfly for long time display. Oops! Before you totally prepare the preceding materials and actually do the preservation process, listen first to the following tips or wordings. Insect net. You can buy insect nets from a biological supply company or from a hobby shop. Or you can make your own just like this. For killing jar, you can make your own killing jar with common household materials. Wide mouth pint, quart or similar glass jar with a tight fitting screw lid. Absorbent material like cotton, sawdust, or plaster of Paris. Ethyl acetate and bladder or cardboard cut in a circle to fit in jar. Place a 1 to 2 inch layer of absorbent material in the bottom of the jar. Pour in ethyl acetate and allow it to set in. Oops, try not to breathe in the fumes. Place the bladder or cardboard over the absorbent material. Seal the jar lid tightly. Wrap the lower half of the jar with masking tape to prolong the potency of the killing jar by protecting it from sunlight. When it takes noticeably longer to kill the specimens or the butterfly in your killing jar, recharge the jar by adding more ethyl acetate. Number 3. Forceps. You risk damaging specimens whenever you handle insects by hand. Forceps minimize the damage. Tweezers can be used but are not designed to handle insects and are more likely to accidentally injure specimens than forceps. Number 4. Relaxing jar. It is best to pin insects such as butterflies soon after they die and while they are still relaxed to minimize breaking any body parts. If this is not possible, you can soften insects in a relaxing jar. A relaxing jar, like a killing jar, should have a wide mouth to easily place and remove specimens and a tightly fitting lid. Place an absorbent layer such as sand, cotton, cloth, sponge in the bottom of the jar. Saturate the material with water and add a little acetate or any alcohol solution to inhibit fungus development. Place a protective layer such as cork or cardboard over the absorbent material. Place insects that need to be softened on the top layer for several days until they are relaxed. Spreading board and pinning block. Spreading boards are useful for laying the wings of insects out flat and holding them in place while the specimen dries. A pinning block can be any piece of styrofoam. Styrofoam used for packing appliances in boxes, for instance. A pinning block is useful to position legs and other body parts before the insect dries. A pinning block can also be used as a mounting board by cutting a rectangular slit large enough to position an insect's body and allow the wings to lay flat, just like what you see here. The pinning block, that is styrofoam. Pinning board with already pinned butterfly. Insect pins and labels. Insect pins are long, slender pins made specifically for mounting insects. After pinning, the collected butterfly should have label that may contain the following. Read this. Storage boxes. You can store your insect collection in skimmed boxes or similar insect storage boxes available. Cigar boxes and small cardboard boxes may be used but only for short-term storage. Carpet beetles and other scavenging insects can get into these boxes and destroy your specimens. You could use mothballs to prevent other insects from infesting your collection. Larger collections can be stored in glass-top display cases. Display cases can be both from a biological supply company or you can construct your own at home. And now, try to glance my documented outputs as previously presented. Guys, let's see what you have learned. Ready? Here we go. Use extra sheet of paper to answer the following. Write true if the statement is correct and false if not. Number 1. Insects are air-breathing animals characterized by a segmented body with 3 main parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. Number 2. Class Insecta typically have 4 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of antennae. Number 3. We usually collect a butterfly using sweep nets. Number 4. Butterfly belongs to order Lepidoptera. Number 5. Forceps is the best material in manipulating butterfly than tweezers. Number 6. Ethyl acetate is used in killing a butterfly soaked in cotton or in a tissue paper placed in a killing jar. Number 7. Killing jar is used in relaxing specimens. Number 8. After killing, using a killing jar, the next step is pinning. Number 9. Pollinating flowers is the major role played by the butterflies in the perpetuation of seed plants. Number 10. We could maintain the generations of butterflies by killing all larvae that we could possibly see in the garden. Anyway, they lay thousands of eggs. How was it? If you scored 8 and above, thank God, you learned a lot. If not, you may go back with this module to learn once again so as to assure higher score. Thank you very much and God bless us all.